He doesn't want to approach them. So she doesn't actually access nice guys. She ends up accessing the player because he's the one that approaches her the most.
I think nice guys are trying harder than she'll admit, but she just ignores them all.
Do you think
What do you mean?
Like if you're like a beautiful girl and you walk into a room, the nice shy guy is not running over to talk to you. So her pool of men tends to be the confident men that have lots of girls, take it or leave it. They're the men that she approaches. Women aren't designed to go scout for a man.
I agree, but I would argue that her DMs are full of nice guys and their profiles are not interesting enough, and she ignores them.
Yeah.
She goes, "Oh, look at this dude with the jacket."
I'm gonna tell you something, man. This is a brutal truth about women, is that when women are younger, they ignore the nice guys because a lot of the times nice guys want long-term commitment. And a nice guy in a liberal world that we live in, you're gonna encounter a lot of liberal women who find your desire for stability as weakness, as boring, as not mysterious enough, as too nerdy. Like what Vivian Banks and Uncle Phil is, right? Where Uncle Phil wanted a family. I promise you, Vivian Banks for the Fresh Prince could have had options with the jocks, but she chose the boring guys. So one thing about that is that it's just that they ignore guys because of the value system. They see the guy as a boring long-term commitment, when in reality, that woman just wants something short-term. And for short-term, just like men do, they go for the hot ones, the ones that every woman wants. Just like short-term dating, us guys will go for the younger woman over the woman that wants a long-term commitment. But which one's better for long-term? The boring one. Like it's one of those things. So if you want to stop being ignored by women, the key is to give short-term energy. Don't give them long-term energy. Give them short-term energy. It actually activates them. It actually makes them be more interested in you. What do I mean by short-term energy? Long-term commitment motherfuckers are consistent. They don't play games. They say exactly what they want. Usually conservative religious men. Short-term ones are emotionally unavailable. They have a tough time with intimacy. They're inconsistent. They have options. And so that triggers a woman's like, oh, this guy's interesting. Oh, this guy is like, he might be banging other women. This guy is difficult. This guy is difficult to read, right? Because when you want something long-term, you can't wait for too long. Like if you notice, a woman will shift her dating strategies when she's younger, when she wants something short term. When she wants something long term, what you'll notice is that she wants it fast. When she's short term, what you'll notice, they go slower. Long term, they want it quick. Let's get married. Let's get together. Let's have a kid. Can I meet your parent? Like they're it's a completely different speed. In fact, look at The Godfather with Michael Corleone, right? When he met his girl. On the first date, he met the family. That's long term. A guy who wants something short term will find Apollina needy and creepy. Get what I'm saying? It's really so when a woman ignores you, it's just that for one, you might not be her type attractively. Let's just keep it real. But also, it might be that you might just be like the type of long-term type of guy. I promise you, that same woman a few years from now is going to be hitting you up in your DMs. When she wants to find instability and long-term stability, she's going to be hitting you up. That's just the rule of nature. And by the way, guys, if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, to talk to me how to build a social life where you meet women, if you guys can see, I even have photos. I do have a very nice little social life where I meet women and stuff like that. Well, I have a method that I teach that allows you to bring women into your life without being needy and creepy. Look, I have a meditation group, a drawing group, and I could teach you guys these strategies if you're alone a lot. And the strategies that I teach helps ugly guys, because ugly guys do better when you play the long game. Like really attractive guys do better in the short game. I'm teaching you guys the long game, right? Because a lot of times when you're ugly, the more a woman knows you, the less they look at your flaws, right? So all right. So anyways, yeah. You could do that by clicking on the description down below. Let's continue with the video.
Wise, maybe.
Dude with the jack. And then she's like, oh no,
DM wise.
millionaire is not
100% spot on. That's the problem. She doesn't even notice him.
Yeah.
I've seen it in situation.
But what about same thing with a guy, if he's got hoes in his DMs and he's got that nice girl with a private thing and just says, a picture of her and a cat, would he notice that girl?
Cat.
No, because she doesn't give it up quickly. Women who want long term go like, well, the sex part, yeah, it's much slower, right? They don't give it up. So a guy like me who wanted something short term, I would not go for that. In fact, that happened to me. I dated this This beautiful Mexican girl. My lord, she looked like a mafia's wife, and she wanted something, a relationship and stuff like that. And I didn't go out with her. Now she's a Muslim with big old titties and big old ass. And Muslim, now she's getting married and now she has that thing. And I look at her and I'm like, God damn, I missed that part, right? But that's because it's a difference of values. That's the problem.
Well, whatever it is.
Now she's scaring a little. That's fine.
What do you notice?
Because I've never said anything controversial before. First time ever.
Yeah.
But the reality is men judge women by their looks.
Yeah.
Especially initially, as we do. And
So do women.
yeah, exactly. This is what we do. If that girl with a cat at home, I'll tell you now, if I found a girl who was a 10 and her Instagram profiles was cats and books and sitting at home,
Yeah.
that'd be perfect for me. I have no problems with that.
It's a dream.
If she's hot. The problem is very few hot girls live that lifestyle because hot girls have access to a whirlwind lifestyle.
Well, that's a problem is that hot girls get corrupted by the abundance they receive. Like, I can promise you, a hot girl could start normal, but if she meets the wrong guy, he might get her to smoke weed. He might get her comfortable going out at night. He might do some drugs and she might even try it. And if she tries those drugs, her reward system gets fucked. She starts taking more risk. She starts thinking more long term. She stops thinking. She starts thinking short term. She stops thinking long term. And so, with the wrong guy, that nice girl could get corrupted. And a lot of the times, once you get a taste of that short term pleasure, long term pleasure just doesn't seem the same, right? So that's one thing is that these women are more easily corrupted. But it depends. If she has a dad in her life, it'll be a little bit harder to corrupt her.
In Dubai, especially.
In the world.
In the world. Worldwide, yeah.
So it depends.
But I also think that there are a lot of women today are not prepared to actually go through that difficult journey with the man and stay with him. And, like, I really feel for young men, like, nowadays. Like, it's so difficult. Imagine if you want to marry a girl, she becomes your responsibility. You've got, like, 7,000 dirhams salary coming in every month. Like, it's so difficult, Like, I have so much respect for my mom who, stayed with my dad. Like, well, he had nothing. Like, we were living in Ras Al Khaimah. I swear to God, my dad's salary, no joke, 500 dirhams.
Oh.
Like, we would eat meat once a week. We would eat fish once a week. My dad would go to work with holes in his shoes, and she stayed with him. Like, they're together now, for like over 40 years. So
it's beautiful, and this is the thing. The world has changed, and this is
too
where
fast.
Change that.
It's impossible.
the world's changed, and this is
the problem.
And this is where it becomes so difficult because, especially for a man in the world today, I don't think unless you're a top tier male, you can't compete. You can't compete. It's super. I think there's.
No, I disagree because the top tier males are short term. Understand what I'm talking about. When a woman meets a guy, he's a high value guy. That high value guy doesn't stay. It's just how it is. Like, eventually he's going to leave. And I can promise you, if that woman gets to know the high value guy, eventually she might get turned off. And I know a lot of you guys are watching me and you don't agree with me. The reason why I tell you this is because I work with women, all right? I don't know if you guys noticed. You guys could go to Mindful Attraction 2.0. And I've worked with thousands of women on the phone and they've talked to me, right? Usually the man that these women fall in love with is the guys that they give a chance to. Not the Andrew Tates. Right? They'll fall in love with the guy that they worked with. They'll fall in love with the guy at the art school. They'll fall in love with their neighbors. They'll fall in love with the bouncer that they work with. The guys that are in proximity and the guys that stay there. And she gets to know that guy over the months. Those are the guys that these women fall in love with. The guys that they give it up quickly, the celebrities, the main guys, those guys struggle keeping a woman, not because they're not attractive, but because they're just so used to variety, they can't find satisfaction in just one woman. That's not a bad thing. That's not a good thing. I'm not saying any of that. But I'm just saying that a lot of the times, if you become Andrew Tate, what's going to happen is that you're going to get what you want, but you're not going to want it anymore because you're just so used to it. In fact, you might have started with just wanting a relationship, but because you got used to variety, you can't stay faithful. That happens.
You can actually look this up. They did a study on Tinder and they got girls to rate men's attractiveness. And they were showing that men are more gradual and women are very binary.
Mhm.
So they got like 100 pictures and a guy had to give a rating out of 5. And it was pretty even. Like there's some 1s, some 2s, some 3s, some 4s, some 5s. Whereas girls, like 80% were 1s and 2s.
Mhm.
And then 20% were 5s. And the point is girls are just either like yes or no.
Yeah.
Yes or no. And if you're not in the yes,
Yeah, if you're not into yes, understand this. You're talking about short term. I'm looking at your profile and I'm making a short decision. Like it's only a 2-second decision. If you're an ugly motherfucker, let me put the camera higher. If you're an ugly motherfucker, Tinder is not your friend. In fact, you have a higher likelihood with that same woman if you find a way to get to know her over time and see her every day. Like find a way. For example, I have a meditation group. Well, this is an art. I have 2 groups, an art group. But first of all, I don't hook up with them because I try to. It's my spiritual practice, you know. But with the art group, some women hit me up because they see me have these events and they come and sleep. Yeah, they do that, and I'm not even trying. And these are women that are like, let me tell you something, man. Some of these women, and this happened in art here and in New York City, by the way. Some of these women are just bad bitches, right? And the reason why they end up going with me, even the way I look, some of you guys want to call me homeless, even the way I look, it's because they see me over time. You forget how they look. Like you literally forget. Even the hot women over time look normal. And the ugly people look normal over time. That's what happens when you see them all so often. That's why, like with your families and friends, you see, I don't even think that works. But over time, they stop seeing the ugliness and they start actually liking you as a person. And sometimes, not all the time, okay? Sometimes they end up falling in love with you. And honestly, this, like I said, this explains why you see ugly fat fucks with beautiful models when they're not rich and famous. Why? Because most likely that woman got to know that guy over time. And most likely he never tried to hit her. Or maybe yet, that guy had a girlfriend and she got to know him over time while he had a girlfriend. Those restrictions created a temptation in a woman. Guys, I'm telling you, man, I should create a course on ugly game, man, because a lot of guys watch my channel and they don't know me yet. So they hear me say some things and they're like, "What about the looks?" Well, guess what? There's a way through it. It's just a little bit longer than guys that are chads. I'm telling you, Chads, go look at Chads when they're older. I'm telling you, Chads when they're older, they keep going after the same types of women. They never get into relationships. I'm not telling you guys to be in a relationship, but I'm just saying that these are loners. These are avoidant men who struggle, like getting intimate with a woman in terms of emotionally. So y'all, I don't know what type of guys are watching these videos right now, but that's just how it is.
your life's difficult.
Yeah, but-
It is hard. And it's not just looks. It's not just looks. It's
Yeah.
it's also other things your man can't control. I'll tell you the number one thing that women always complain about men have expectations of women, etc. If you're a short dude,
Yeah.
it's hard.
Yeah.
And women don't give a fuck.
Yeah, we
They're
like-
like, nah, I should have grown bigger. Next. Oh, you do what? Oh, you're rich? Don't care.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
And it's not easy.
Yeah.
And what can you do as a short man besides be your best self? Same as being
Yeah.
a tall man. I'm not shitting on them. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
as a man, women will wake up and go, yeah, I don't want to too much. I don't know why it's so hard for me to find a man who's rich and strong and interesting and spontaneous and
Yeah.
charismatic.
I agree with that. Your height matters. But at the same time, what I'm trying to tell you, the ugly game that I'm describing to you is your best hope. Time. You hope that she forgets how tall you are because she gets to know you. Like that is a real thing. And women are more susceptible to that than men are. Right? Like I cannot get with a 300-pound gorilla. But a woman has a higher likelihood of falling in love with a 300-pound gorilla bald dude as long as they have some chemistry. Over time, there's a small likelihood. I'm being very specific. There's a small likelihood, but it's a better likelihood than you just gaming her and going to the club. And you must say, "Oh, but so now I gotta be friend zone." You don't have to let her know you like her, motherfucker. You don't have to don't. First of all, this only works if you don't tell her you like her. You can't be doing this long game and be giving her the creepy, needy, googly eyes that you like her. You're gonna put up those defenses. She has to assume that you have no interest in her. It lowers her defenses, and one day she'll wake up and they never hit on me. Now, how do I know that works? My man, I've worked with over 4,000 women on the phone. I've heard all of these stories. I've taken notes. Where the fuck is my notebook? I have a notebook somewhere here, man. I've taken notes. These things work. It blows my mind. I've seen it, man. I've seen it.
And has high status and has time for me and doesn't cheat and is tall and has muscles and a Lambo and like, where's all the guys? What the fuck? What the fuck? There's only one top G. I'm busy. I'm doing my best. Like,
and that guy is not going to pay attention to her. And because he doesn't pay attention to her, eventually, after they try to get with these guys and hold them down, they'll get with the average guys. And you might say, "Oh, look at her settling." Guys, let me tell you something, man. Okay, it doesn't matter. No one is everyone's first option. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna be honest with you. If she tried to get Derek Jeter and he rejected her, now she's with you. Who gives a fuck? Honestly, we all. If she has good character, she learns how to readjust, because sometimes you're just being unrealistic, and there's nothing wrong with becoming more realistic after having unrealistic standards. We can't hold those women. We can't hold that shit against them, because we all do the same shit. And I'm not trying to be Captain Saberhole, because Lord knows I'm not, right? But I'm reading the comments. A lot of y'all are complaining. A lot of y'all, oh, that's only for Chad. Fuck Chad, my man. Fuck Chad.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It
and
is
if you're
hard,
a normal dude, it's especially hard because social media, these women have so many choices.
Yeah.
And this is where the actual thing comes into it. You look at, let's say, I'm talking about godless societies like America, etc. And like you said about the Thai happy finish, men don't care a lot of the time, right? So if you're an average chick, let's say you're a 6 or a 7, on a long enough time scale, if you keep answering your DMs, you're going to end up with a G somewhere, even for just 2 days. Fly them out quickly, boom. Oh, she's part of a group one time, whatever. You with a G. Sure. Now it's gonna cross her mind. I can get a guy like that. Obviously, he doesn't talk to her again, but I can get a guy like that. So when the Mr. Normal comes along, you're like, well, you ain't got a Chad. So even if you're a normal dude, even the normal girls you talk to.
Yeah, and unfortunately, let me tell you something. That's really the exceptionally beautiful women. I'm going to be honest with you. The problem is that exceptionally beautiful women have very low self-esteem. And a lot of them can be feminist, and a lot of them end up being alone. Nobody gets with them. Some do, yeah, right? But usually a lot of times they're conservative. And if that's the case, they're not going to be with those guys. You're not going to see them online sometimes. The girl that I'm talking about, big titty, yo, she's like that, bro. Like, Jesus Christ, she came over today because I was helping her with finding a location to have a business, because I know people who do that. And I was like, God damn. You know, like, I'm like, God damn, what the fuck did I do? Right? But I'm respectful. I'm a respectful man, and she's respectful, and I respect her religion. But she's one of those, man. They exist. And usually you see them not online. Those women who you want to get online, they're not available.
Been ruined, been polluted. It's hard. It's super hard for men. And I do think it's hard for women, but at least women have a bunch of choices, and it's hard to make the right choice. There are huge swaths of the male population that have no choice at all.
But do you think
zero choice?
Do you think unattractive girls have choice?
Well, even
like, let's take an ugly girl, because I would say that it's really hard to be an ugly girl as well, because you're so surrounded by beautiful girls. With unattractive men, there's other unattractive men that you can relate to, but unattractive women, there's bombarded of beautiful women all around them. I want.
Okay, let's put it this way: if we were to look at the sexual mating, I do think it's hard to be an unattractive woman,
especially going into a club or something. You don't even want to go. You won't want to go
completely. But if you were to look at the mating choices of an unattractive female and the mating choices of an unimportant man, I would argue the unattractive female still has unlimited choices compared to that.
Yeah, but that unattractive female will experience a man with erectile dysfunction. Understand that man's low self-esteem comes when they're single. A woman's low self-esteem comes when she's in a relationship. The ugly women get options, but the options they get are always looking at other hotter girls. What I'm trying to tell you guys is that women don't have it as good as we think. And men don't have it as good as we think. Both are fucking miserable. Both are fucking miserable.
Important man. The unimportant man. When I say unimportant, I mean dude works at Starbucks, 42. Like, dude, like his choices are zero.
Oh yeah,
zero. That chick in the club, if she drops her level, she'll be fine.
I've seen girls stuff back in the old days we bully, in school. She's got nits, you had and you think she's got nits, schools are messed up. There'd always be one had no friends from a bad, bless them. I went back a few years ago, I saw this girl who was literally
the loser,
ripped for whole life, with the cutest mixed race kid walking and stuff like, God judge me. I was like, how, like, some quite, my brother like makes a joke I won't put on podcast, but
yeah, but like I said, the only problem is that you're looking at it from the outside, right? You don't know the experience. You don't know that maybe her husband might be addicted to escorts, and because she's so ugly, she accepts it. Like, I just think as guys, I do that too. That I don't want. Again, I'm not Captain Saberho, trust me. But I remember I used to be jealous of women because I'm like, man, women could just have sex anytime they want. But then I realized is that women who have a lot of sex are very depressed. Women who have a lot of sex don't like they experience more anxiety. It's actually the complete opposite. So what's the point of having sex if it makes you if it makes you more depressed, if you feel used? So a lot of our complaints of the opposite sex just comes from ignorance. If you realize how miserable the opposite sex is, man, you'll be happy. That revenge you wanted that woman who played you, I promise you, she's also as miserable, even worse than you. I can promise you. That woman who keeps canceling dates, I can promise you, she's on fucking 10 pills a day and she's completely depressed. In fact, she might even do drugs. Like it's just how it is, man. And it's like, go ahead and get to know someone, do my job, and hear the stories, and you'll see that nobody has it good. Some do, but not all of them. Anyways, man, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below.
All right, guys, we're going to have a brief intermission so that I could tell you guys about our new bundle that we're doing where you guys can purchase all of my courses and get it at a discount. So this bundle is pretty much the bundle where you could just buy all of my courses. You could buy Nice Guy, which is a training course on how to come across more assertive, how to come across more confident, how to not give off nice guy vibes. You guys can get access to Dark Game, which is my full dating course on how to meet women in different scenarios, how to attract women, how to make sure you don't come across as creepy, and essentially how to act like a man and not act like a doofus, to be quite honest with you. And you get all of these bonuses, which is the bonuses of Dark Game, the bonuses of Practical Mastery, which is about how to master a skill, Social Mastery, which is how to master your social life, and the Laws of Human Nature, which is a book club videos that I had dissecting Robert Greene's book. All of this is naturally at around naturally is at $346, but you guys can purchase this bundle and get it at what's the price again? Get it at $238 pretty much. So you guys can purchase it right now. It's a money back 30-day money back guarantee. It's a good way to, rather than just buying them individually and paying extra, you guys can just purchase everything at a discount price. Now, the only thing I don't like is the fact that I'm giving you a lot of information at the same time. That makes me kind of scared because a lot of times people don't do the things that I teach when you get too much information. But I've gotten too many requests to do this, so I'm just satisfying you guys. Purchase it right now by clicking on the description down below where it says purchase the bundle. All right, let's continue with the video.